Om. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to today's Yoga Vashishta. I am a student and I am conducting these sessions for my own understanding and keeping my notes in front of you. I am following a book by Ramakrishna Mission, published by Ramakrishna Mission on the Yoga Vasishta, and I am translating it into English as I read it. It's a reading session, and if there are any mistakes, I beg your forgiveness. So we are in the last session, we have seen that why and how Vishnumurti has been born as in the human form, different curses that people have given to him. To make them real, he has taken a birth. So from that, we will proceed with the fourth chapter. See, the sky, the Akasha, is Shunya. There is nothing in the Akasha. So once you know that there is no material in the Akasha. So if you know that there is no material in Akasha, you won't get deluded by the thought that there is a blue color, some material which is bluish in color in the sky. You won't get that Brahma, that delusion. Similarly, once you know the reality of Brahman, that I am Brahman, my original nature, Atma Tattva is Brahma Tattva, then you will also know the reality of the universe. Once you know that, all delusions, confusions, agitations will subside. There are many delusions, a series of sorrows, agitations, all this happen to the jiva every minute. By what you see, the drushya, the imagery of the world, this causes a lot of confusion. From where all these things are happening, all this world is appearing. Whatever is happening in the world, these experiences, what is happening to the jiva, who is doing this? If one inquires into this, carefully examines this, one will know that it is a projection of the mind. With the mind, the jiva has thought about it. Because of that only, the world appears to him as something which he or she likes or dislikes. Happiness and sorrow, ordinary and extraordinary, all these different feelings, emotions happen to the jiva because of his mind. Manana, the mind, manas, does manana. The manas only thinks all these things. This world, the experience of the world is nothing but a happening in the mind of the jiva. When the jiva's mind, the individual's mind, does not have this imagery, then there is no world. There is no sorrow also. And when the mind does not think about all these things, one is established in his or her swaswarupa, original nature, that is called mukti. So how do we not project? How does the mind stop projecting all these things? Is this drushya, what is seen, the seen world, does this really exist? If it really exists, it appears as a different experience to a young man, and to an old man, it gives a different experience. So, the same thing appears differently to different people. It depends on the perception of the person. Therefore, what appears differently to different people, in reality, it doesn't exist at any time. This conviction should be strong in a person that the world is an appearance. It doesn't exist apart from me. It is an appearance. This should be with a strong conviction. With that conviction, one can experience a peace of mind. This Jagat, this world, doesn't exist apart from the seen. The seen does not exist apart from the seen. There are many scriptures which establish this truth. One should carefully read all these scriptures or study these scriptures and understand this truth. The seer and seen is a mithya. It appears, but it is not really there. This tattva jnana, this understanding, with this understanding, one is not affected by the world, appearance of the world. This is the Atma Sthiti, the original state. Not getting affected by the world, and one established in the Swaswarupa, their own nature. Therefore, what is seen has to be investigated. What I am seeing, is it real? And one should try for Atma Jnana, self-knowledge. If one does not do that, and one spends time, wastes their time reading this scripture and that scripture, unending scriptures, and one is full of worldly affairs, what is the point of that effort? There is no point. Initially, when they start their spiritual journey, they should do good karma, nishkama karma they should do, selfless service they should do. And they should do upasana on Bhagavan. They should pray to God, they should do meditation on God. And then they should do Shravana and Manana, listen to the scriptures from realized masters, and they should Manana, they should remember that and contemplate on that. And one should contemplate, investigate, vicharana, do vicharana. Through these, jiva will be free of vasanas. Vasana kshaya can happen. Eradication of vasanas will happen. Vasanas are the habit patterns and latent impressions. Through these, the mind becomes peaceful. It becomes purified. With the karma yoga, what mentioned karma, nishkama karma and meditation, shravana, manana and vicharana, one gets a purified mind. Getting rid of latent impressions, tendencies of the mind, getting rid of that is a great path. Being attracted or attached to the worldly objects is nothing but the vasanas latent in a person, the latent impressions and the samskaras. If a person gets rid of his attachment, moha to the world, and with more practice of this abhyasa, of this vairagya, one will become free of the attachments. With this practice, the effect of the latent impressions which are accumulated over lifetimes, life after the life, they will be eradicated. One should train their mind, self-training. I mean, it's something like a self-hypnosis, that because of my delusion, this world is appearing to me like this. Apart from the delusion, there is no world. World is an appearance. One should do swabodha. They should tell to themselves repeatedly. They should tell to themselves that world is an appearance. With this self-training, swabodha, with the help of this, one will get atmajnana, nirvana sthiti. When the vasanas are eradicated, vasanas means latent impressions and habit patterns, when they are removed and the scene, attachment to the scene, what we are seeing, the drushya is removed, the state of that is called moksha. And nothing is required to be done after that. However, this state where the vasanas are completely renounced, the latent impressions are got rid of, and there is no impurity of avidya. This is possible only for those who have purified their mind. Just like when the sun rises in the morning, slowly sun rises, and slowly the mist disappears. Similarly, slowly this practice, the Atma Jnana, the sun of Atma Jnana will rise, and slowly the attachment to the drushya, or this is the world, the seen world, it gets, and the avidya, it gets evaporated. O king, by the Pancha Bhutas, earth, water, fire, wind, and space, this physical body is made. And this is made by the vasanas, latent impressions. And these vasanas are two types: Shuddha Vasana, pure Vasanas, and Malina Vasanas, impure Vasanas. In these two types, the Malina Vasana, the impure Vasanas, they are the cause for repeated births. The cause, the root of Malina Vasanas is Ajnana, ignorance. These Malina Vasanas, impure Vasanas, they solidify and they take the form of Ahankara, ego. Now coming to the Shuddha Vasana, the pure Vasanas, holy Vasanas, these will remove the ego and repeated life and deaths, repeated birth cycle. If you boil a peanut, it will, and you sow it in the earth, it will not come out into a plant. It will not sprout. Similarly, if you boil or fry a peanut, it cannot sprout again. It will look like a peanut, but it cannot sprout into a plant. Similarly, through Shuddha Vasanas, one will know Atma Jnana, and then the seed of rebirth will be destroyed. Once you fry your mind in the seed of Shuddha Vasanas, by the Shuddha Vasanas, the seed of Punarjanma will be removed. However, taking up a body, this is an external factor. Holding on to the body, even after Shuddha Vasanas remove the seed of rebirth, the body does not fall yet. So a jiva who has Shuddha Vasanas left is called a Jivan Mukta. It's called a Jivan Mukta, liberated while alive. So Sri Rama, who is a Mahatma, is taught Atma Jnana by Vashishta Maharshi, and like a shining diamond, he became a Jivan Mukta, liberated while alive, and he lived his full life on earth. I will teach you the Vicharana Marga, the enquiry path, which Sri Rama has learned from Vashishta and attained the Jivan Mukti. The same Vicharana I am also going to teach you. Those who listen to this will be crossing over the repeated life cycle. So now we are entering into 5th chapter, We are entering into the story. What happened was, once upon a time, there is a kingdom called Ayodhya. Its king is Dashratha Maharaj. After many days, he didn't have a children. So he did a Putra Kameshti Yaga. He did a yajna. Because of that, he had 4 sons. 4 sons are born to him. They are Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, and Shatrughna. Their Kul Guru, their Raja Guru is Vashishta Maharshi. These 4 princes learned their education from Vashishta. They entered into youth, teenage. After coming back from Gurukula, Sri Rama and his brothers, they went on a pilgrimage. They visited many tirthas. They visited many saints, many ashramas. They visited many holy rivers. They visited many temples. After all their Tirtha Yatra, they returned to Ayodhya. Ever since Rama returned to Ayodhya, Rama was withdrawn. He was 13 years age, but he was not playing with his friends. Always sitting at a corner in the Antahpura, in the palace, always thinking about something. He was not talking to anybody. He was not talking much. The servants, they were asking him, they remind him to take bath, to eat. When they tell him only, he used to do. His mind was not in the world. Looking at him, his other brothers were also very depressed. It looks like the palace, there are no princes, like 4 young children always sitting silently. They were not making noise. Dasharatha, Rama's father, the Maharaja, king, observed the strange behavior of Rama. One day, he asked Rama, he called him and with love asked him, "Why are you so much depressed? What is the reason? What happened to you? What is lacking?" He asked all this, but there is no use. Rama replied, "No problem, nothing is there. There is no problem to me." So Dasharatha could not do anything. So he called Vashishta and he discussed this with Vashishta. Then Vashishta said, "O king, your son Ramachandra is a great soul. Such great souls do not get anger easily. They won't be elated so easily. They are not depressed so easily. Therefore, Rama's behavior means something. There is some great reason behind his withdrawal. Don't be worried. When the time comes, we will know." Like that, Vashishta has told to Dasharatha. So, At that time, Vishwamitra, a Maharshi, came to King Dashratha. Vishwamitra was a king once upon a time, but by his own effort and tapas and meditation, he became a Brahmarshi. Once upon a time, Vishwamitra, there was a king called Trishanku. He asked Vishwamitra to send Trishanku to heaven with the body, which is not possible usually. But Vishwamitra, by his taposhakti, by the power of his meditation, he sent Trishanku to a heaven. But Indra displaced Trishanku from the heaven, and Vishwamitra created a second heaven and put Trishanku in that Trishanku Swarga. Vishwamitra is a great soul, Mahatma, Brahmarshi. His name Vishwamitra means Vishwamitra. He is a friend of the universe. His only purpose in life is to benefit the world. One day, suddenly he came to Ayodhya. Dashratha paid obeisance to Maharshi Vishwamitra, and all the people in the Raja, in the palace, they paid obeisance to Vishwamitra. And then they talked for some time. After that, Dashratha said to Vishwamitra, "O Vishwamitra, you are always engaged in the welfare of the world. Your arrival to my kingdom is like amruta to me. It's like an elixir to me. Just like in a drought, if there is a rain, a cyclone or this thing, heavy rain, one will become happy. Similarly, your arrival in my kingdom is like that. If a blind person gets eyesight, he will be very happy. Similarly, a handicapped person, if he gets legs, he will be very happy. Similarly, your arrival gives me such happiness. By your darshana, by looking at you, we all became holy. You are desireless and fearless. You are Brahmananda Swarupa. Such sage, by your arrival, we are purified. Let me know what purpose you visited Ayodhya. Without hesitation, you let me know. I will give up my kingdom, my life at your feet. Please order me what service I can do to you." Vishwamitra became happy and he said, "I am happy by your hosting me. I wanted to do a Mahayajna, but Rakshasas, Danavas are disturbing my yajna. To kill those Rakshasas, please send your son Rama to kill those Rakshasas and protect the yajna. We want Rama to come and kill those Rakshasas." Dasharatha listened to this and he said, "O Mahatma, Rama is very dear to me. I cannot send him to a fighting, to a war. He is only 13 years old. He doesn't know how to fight. and especially with Rakshasas, he cannot fight. I will come and help you with my army. This is what Dasharatha said. Vishwamitra said, you promised me that you will help me. Now you are going back on your word. I am not happy with you. I'm going back. At this, Vashishta has pacified Vishwamitra and said to Dasharatha, don't be worried. You have given your word. I know the Parakrama of Rama. Rama is a great warrior. And in the protection of Vishwamitra, Rama can win over 3 worlds. Therefore, send Rama, nothing harm will come to Rama. This is the, up to here, we will stop. Hari Om Tat Sat, Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you very much. Hari Om.